All right, hear me out. Let's assume you are this candle, and the inner flame represents your purpose, your vitality, your spirit. And there are two main requirements for maintaining a purposeful life, for maintaining our vitality and our spirit and our values. The first is having a solid foundation. And so for the candle, that's the wax and the outside container that holds it all. And this provides the solid base for which the flame can rest. You can think of that as your personality, knowing your temperament, your character, and your identity, your lifestyle. That all of those things provide the solid the solid container for which you can ignite and maintain a purpose, an inner flame, if you will. The second thing that is needed is oxygen. And so while we have a solid foundation, we also need to be open to the world and to let oxygen come through and as fuel for our inner flame. And we let the world, the feedback from the world, the different resources from the world actually fuel our purpose and maintain it over the long term. Now, the two main things that people run into when it comes to their purpose is a broken foundation. So not knowing your personality, not knowing your temperament, your nature, that can lead to a sort of disintegration. And you can imagine if I were to just drop this candle and smash the container, the flame would eventually hit the ground and extinguish into the dirt if I wasn't inside. We need to have a solid foundation. We need to understand ourselves to some level. Now, this can be done in all sorts of ways. Through our relationships, through counseling and therapy, through going out and experiencing the world. All of that reflects back on who we are, and it helps us understand ourselves so we can have a solid base in which to keep our flame going, to keep our purpose anchored and grounded in who we are and what is real. The second problem people run into is whether it's pressures of the outside world, anxiety, depression, the need to conform, the hardening of the self. Some people struggle with developing almost too tight of a container, and they put a lid on and block out the external world. And what this ultimately leads to is an extinguished inner flame. And so we can't maintain our purpose without having parts of ourselves open to the world, letting the world impact us, being open to the various callings that the world has to offer. And so our goal is we want to find that sweet spot where we have a solid foundation in which our spirit and our purpose can rest and be grounded and anchored in. And we need to have part of ourselves open to the world, to let it fuel the flame continually over time. And this is how you maintain your spirit, your purpose. Let me know what you think. I've been kind of, for some reason this metaphor has been in my head, and I thought it was creative, but also maybe a helpful visual for people. And so I'm wondering, what do you struggle with? Do you struggle with really getting a solid foundation for who you are as a person? Or do you tend to struggle by cutting yourself off from the world and not letting enough oxygen in to fuel it? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.